Every country has its own history, but are you familiar with the famous Battle of Amritsar? Well, of course, you must have studied about it in your history class. After all, it was one of the biggest battles fought between Sikhs and Durranis. Hello, and welcome to our channel. Today, we're going to tell you about what happened during the Battle of Amritsar. There are many myths surrounding this battle, so we're going to piece together the ones we think are the most likely. So let's begin. Every religious group has its place of worship, which is very sacred to them. It is believed that worshiping at the place makes them closer to their God. That is a place where they fulfill all their rituals. Well, similarly, the Golden Temple, also called the Sri Harmandir Sahib of Amritsar, is a spiritual center for the Sikhs. However, this place got to witness a long series of struggles, including the one that took place in 1762 Common Era. The Battle of Amritsar was fought on June 15, 1628, between Guru Hargobind and the warriors of the Mughal Empire, 22 of Jeth in Bikrami 1685. In 1627, Jahangir died and was succeeded by his son Shah Jahan. Those with ill will toward the Sikhs renewed their schemes and incited Shah Jahan to turn against Guru Ji, adding to Shah Jahan's concerns about the Sikhs' growing authority and power. This battle was the culmination of a chain of events that began with the capture of a rare white BAAZ, or HAWKHAWK, sent to Shah Jahan by the Emperor of Persia as a gift. The HAWKHAWK was at the time one of the royal symbols of authority. At the same time as some of the Guru's Sikhs, a detachment of Shah Jahan's warriors was hunting in a private royal reserve outside the village of Gumtala near Amritsar. Previously, the Guru's HAWKHAWK had taken down a rare white hawk. The Sikhs snatched up and chained the emperor's white HAWKHAWK, unaware that it was a gift from the Shah of Persia. The Mughal troops had seen the hawk fall and had come hunting for the emperor's precious BAAZ, not likely in a panic. The Mughals are believed to have used insulting rhetoric toward the Sikhs, who refused to return the HAWKHAWK, escalating into a short, violent conflict between the two parties, which ended with the Mughals fleeing the scene. The court was quickly informed that the Sikhs were hostile, as well as numerically superior. Soon after, the emperor's officials demanded the Guru return their prized gift, which the Guru allegedly refused to do. Guru Ji stated that the HAWKHAWK had gone to the Guru of its own volition, and that the HAWKHAWK could not be returned since it had chosen to be under the Guru's protection, Sharan. When word of this spread, locals who were antagonistic to the Guru began squabbling and urging Shah Jahan to teach the Guru a lesson. After taking Delhi in January 1757, Ahmad Shah Durrani finished ravaging Hindustan and was returning to Afghanistan, but his army was assaulted by Baba Deep Singh on the road. In retribution for the incident, he attacked Amritsar and desecrated the Golden Temple, the Sikhs' holiest place, by pouring excrement into the pool together with the guts of killed cows in order to offend their religious sentiments. Abdali sent his son Timur Shah Durrani to discipline the Sikhs when he returned to Kabul. Baba Deep Singh was informed of the damage to the Holy Golden Temple, and he pledged to avenge the desecration of the holiest Sikh monument by cleaning and defending the temple, even if it meant giving his own life. Baba Deep Singh accompanied a force of 5,000 volunteers set out on a march to Amritsar. When Shah Jahan learned of the incident, he dispatched Mukhlis Khan with 7,000 soldiers to deliver a lesson to Sri Guru Hargobind Ji. The Sikhs had a total of 700 men, outnumbering them by a factor of 10, and they were set to fight together for the first time. The tiny stronghold of Lohgar was the first to be attacked. Despite their meager numbers, the Sikhs were stationed there to put up a strong fight. On the first day of the conflict, however, the attackers had the upper hand over the Sikhs. They looted and plundered all of Guru Sahib's belongings, including his holy house. The Afghan army clashed with the Sikh army in the village of GOHALWAR, where the Sikhs defeated the Afghans. During the conflict, the Sikhs' leader, Babandip Singh, was murdered. After reinforcing their position the next morning, the Sikhs struck back, dealing a severe blow to the Mughal force. Mukhlis Khan, the general, had been caught twice by the Sikhs, and each time Sri Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji gave the orders to release the prisoner. He retaliated with his whole might each time. While the other troops watched, Mukhlis Khan challenged Guruji to one-on-one combat. The battle was over in a flash. Mukhlis Khan was ordered by Guruji to attack first so that the Mughal general would not have any regrets. Mukhlis Khan took 3 blows at Guruji, but Guruji escaped each time. Finally, Sri Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji decided to finish the job, and with a single swing, Guruji sliced Mukhlis Khan's body cleanly in half while his army watched in horror. The Mughals retreated, and the Sikhs won the war, earning Sri Guru Hargobind Sahib Ji tremendous esteem among the local people. Guru Hargobind's first armed conflict with the Mughals resulted in his first triumph. After the war, Guruji and his family went to Chibal to marry his daughter, Bibi Viro Ji. The battle's outcome is debatable. According to Tom Lansford, a professor of political science, the Sikhs overcame an outmanned Afghan army. Despite the fact that the Sikhs were outmanned and chased away by the Afghan army, Babandip Singh was murdered by Atal Khan, according to Tony Jacques. According to Vivek Chanda, a historical research fellow, the Sikhs beat the Afghans at the Battle of Amritsar. According to historian J.S. Grewal, Jahan Khan was nearly defeated by the Sikhs when Afghan reinforcements came. According to historian Rishi Singh, Jahan Khan's victory coincided with Babandip Singh's death. According to historian Himadri Banerjee, the Sikhs were defeated and many of them were killed. Under the command of Timur Shah Durrani, son of Ahmad Shah Durrani, the Sikhs beat the outmanned Afghan army at the Battle of Amritsar, also known as the Battle of GOHALWAR. After seeing the collapse of Lahore, Durrani Commander-in-Chief Jahan Khan and Timur Shah fled the city, drowning thousands of Afghan warriors and abandoning much of their gear while attempting to cross the Chenab and Ravi rivers. Sikhs brought the captured Afghan prisoners to Amritsar to clean the sacred pool there, which the Afghans had desecrated. The Sikhs beat the Afghan Faujdar, military officer Sadat Khan Afridi, who escaped from Jalandhar in 1758, and the Afghan army was defeated from all sides. Though the Sikhs plundered and pillaged Lahore, the Afghans recaptured the city in 1761. But only a few months later, in May 1761, the Sikh army defeated the Afghan army, led by Ahmad Shah's governor, the Chahar Mahal, followed by the defeat and surrender of a relief party dispatched from Kandahar. After it, the Sikhs conquered Lahore. The Sikhs defeated Ahmad Shah Durrani's governor of the province of Lahore near Gujranwala in September 1761 and continued to defeat and ouster the remaining Durrani commanders, eventually bringing the entire territory from the Satluj to the Indus under Sikh control, including the Bist Jalandhar Doab, Sarhind, Rachna, and the Chaj Doabs. Sikhs reclaimed the majority of Punjab from Ahmad Shah. Afghan armies led by Ahmad Shah Abdali returned to India in early 1762 CE with the primary purpose of preventing the rise of Sikh dominance. Abdali was determined to defeat the Sikhs in order to keep his Punjabi empire, so he appealed for reinforcements. On February 5, 1762 CE, his army attacked Sikh warriors stationed in Kup Kalan village in the present-day Sangrur district of Punjab. When the soldiers learned of the raid, they resolved to encircle all non-combat Sikhs, estimated to number in the thousands, including women, children, and the elderly. The day ended with one of the Sikhs' greatest defeats, with the killing of 10,000 to 20,000 civilians and troops. Even if these figures are exaggerated, there is no doubt in Sikh history that it was a carnage, an occurrence known as a Vada Chalughara, larger Holocaust in Punjabi. Given the small size of the Sikh population at the time, the number of casualties was alarming for the community. Blit Ahmad Shah Abdali did not come to a halt. He returned to the Sri Harmandir Sahib, which he had secreted in 1757, on April 10, 1762, with a much more spiteful purpose. He not only destroyed the temple this time, but he also filled the entire facility with gunpowder and blew it up. Symbolically, he had spiritually destroyed Sikhism itself. Ahmad Shah Durrani attacked Amritsar in October 1762, but was defeated by the Sikhs. Sikh soldiers had forced Durrani armies to move on them in November 1763, leading to the Battle of Sialkot, in which the Afghans were beaten and forced to abandon their Punjab campaign. The Sikhs beat Jahan Khan at Gujranwala, then extended their victory by sacking the cities of Malerkotla and Morinda, followed by the fall of Sarbaland Khan Sadozai, the commander of Rohtas fortress, who was kidnapped and imprisoned, but eventually released after agreeing to seek dominion. Although the carnage at Chalughara and the destruction of the Sri Harmandir Sahib were significant losses for the Sikhs, they were ready to rise again. The remnant Sikh army defeated an Afghan detachment in the Battle of Harnalgarh near Sindh a month later, in May 1762. Despite the fact that the war was not a large one, the victory encouraged Sikhs to believe that they could still triumph. After a few months, Sikhs, led by Jassa Singh Ahluwalia, assembled at the site of their holiest shrine, which was now deserted, on the celebration of Diwali. How tragic for the community, yet celebrating Diwali represented not only spiritual encouragement for the community, but also a powerful statement that Sikhs had not yet given up. Many Sikhs joined the volunteer force of Sikhs that would evict the Afghans from their motherland permanently in just a few months. In the Battle of Sialkot in 1763, the Sikhs defeated an Afghan force. Even Baba Allah Singh of Patiala joined the battle with his Sikh comrades, giving them military help as proof of his backing. So that was all the time we had today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and do hit the bell icon on your way out. See you all next time.